Hey, what is up guys, it is your boy Ashtox back with another video. In today's video I wanted to touch a little bit more on the previous topic that I briefly talked about in my last video, considering when it came to what agent, specifically the Duelist, that should be changed in patch 8.11. Now recently, Valorant's only been focused was controllers as well as sentinels, knowing how the last patch that we got that just happened was Brim's smoke radius being bigger, and the patch before that we've gotten a nerf to both Cypher as well as Viper. Last act we've gotten a couple of changes for Omen as well. So there's been a lot more changes on controllers as well as sentinels rather than the Duelist. However, I will say the last Duelist that we did get a minor buff on was ISO, which was back in 8.01. which is where his double tap duration has been increased from 2 seconds to 3 seconds when it came to, the time it had to take to shoot the orb, as well as giving him a shield duration increase. So yeah, the buff was still underwhelming, but it was, still minor. Other than that, that was pretty much the last Duelist change that we've gotten. So because it's been confirmed by the developers that we will get a Duelist change, the question is, who should that Duelist be? There's been a lot of Duelists that have not been touched in a long time, such as Reyna as well as Phoenix, and you could also consider Yoru as well as Neon, which goes back to the comments within my last video where I've gotten some interesting takes. There's been a take that said to change Jett, by giving her a nerf. So, which is super shocking to me, considering she was basically nerfed to the ground, knowing how, her smoke duration has been decreased and it's extremely short to 2 seconds if I recall, and as well as there being a cooldown before you can use her dash, which happened way before then. So yeah, Jett's been pretty much nerfed to the ground, but that doesn't mean that players can still use her effectively, which players do. I've also got another comment saying that Jett and Reyes have been dominant for way too long, and to buff Neon and Yoru, which is another interesting take, because Jett being dominant is pretty shocking to me, knowing how again she's still been nerfed, but it goes to show you that players are still using her effectively. As well as Reyes, I understand. We've seen her cluster grenade radius decrease. It's a shorter radius than it was before, but again, she still does a lot of damage. As for Neon and Yoru, those Duelists have not been changed in a long time as far as I can recall, so I can definitely see as to why they would say Neon and Yoru. Again, you also have Duelists that have not been changed in a long time, such as Phoenix and Reyna. Yeah, it's just been pretty interesting takes. So again, it's just the question of the matter of what Duelist should be changed. So that's pretty much the base of this video. I'm just gonna ask what Duelist should be changed, like who should be the next Duelist to get a buff or a nerf to kind of shift the meta, only because Clove being the latest agent, Clove has definitely shifted the way the game works in a big way, in my opinion. And I think they're doing this for Duelist to see if, they can kind of keep up with Clove's pace. At least that's just how I see it. So definitely expect some changes. I'm not sure how big they'll be, but if they can keep up with Clove, then I have a feeling that the state of the game will be much better than it is now. But again, that's just my take on things. So what are you guys' thoughts? Hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.